welcome everybody back into another episode of the Fourth Down Podcast. Back at it again with the normal guys. I'm not doing introductions. Everybody knows who they are. So what's up with y'all, man? How y'all feeling?
Good, man. Feeling good.
Yeah.
Camp start.
This week.
Football.
Finna new jobs.
What was it, just like
Shout out to you, man.
7 more?
You say you got a new job?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
congrats.
Yeah,
You
soon.
know what I'm saying? New money.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, drinks on you?
Golden Dragon.
Maybe. I don't know. A couple
We got
weeks.
slide out the dragon.
Yeah. Let's go to the Dragon, man. I don't think they're ready for it,
I
but
think I've
Dragon?
ever been to the
I
Dragon.
don't know.
He said, I don't know.
hey, we'll break you in, man. Hey, but a lot of stuff's been happening since the last time we recorded. WNBA All-Star Game. A whole lot. I do want to start with the WNBA as a whole.
Yeah.
They had a little message that said that pay them, like what they're owed, and this has been like a long-standing message for them. Like,
This has been a thing for a minute.
what do y'all think about it? And like, do you think that this made like any noise for them, or it's just another
I'm gonna let
campaign?
I feel like I'm gonna be the dick. So I'm gonna let you
No,
go.
I feel like as far as made noise, I mean, it did what it had to do as far as, putting it on talk shows, right? Like putting it in front of everybody who isn't keeping up with the WNBA. Because a part of their problem is their marketing, right? Like, you don't know when things are happening. Games are at weird times, like 4 p.m., 6 p.m., like those things like that. And so doing these kind of things allow them to get on shows like First Take and, The Herd and all of that stuff that, us sports fans, we watch consistently so that we can understand what's going on. But it's not a new thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they've been asking for more money for a long time.
It's been
So-
going on for a while now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this is just like another way of them showing like they standing up for the the cause.
I thought it was funny though that I forget who it was, so I don't want to misquote the women's basketball player who said it, but she had called out the fact that Caitlin Clark's people.
Oh, I know exactly who it was.
Yeah,
Kelsey
it was
Plum.
Kelsey Plum.
Kelsey-
That was a very powerful moment. We didn't, at least as players, we didn't know that was going to happen. So I think it was kind of like a genuine surprise. But the T-shirt, just United Front, was determined this morning that we had a meeting for, and not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that.
Yeah, they were at the press
She
conference.
pointed out that
She made
Caitlin
that
Clark's.
shit so awkward.
Yeah.
Like
She's like, Caitlin Clark's
Whole
people
team.
were not present for these
said
contract talks.
Team
and-
Clark was just pretty much not like wanting to be there for the whole thing, and she was like, "Yeah, I just trying to put that out." And she's like trying to make light of the situation, and I'm like,
You know
why did
exactly
even say
what that would do.
Yeah, like that's just
Because now it looks like, because she's most likely the high. I don't know everyone's paycheck, right? But Caitlin Clark probably the highest paid as far as totality of how much money they're making in the WNBA.
So to add to that, what you just said, she made $11 million just off sponsorships alone.
Yeah,
like,
see, just like that,
She's
right?
doing well. She's doing pretty well.
Do y'all know the average salary for a WNBA player? Like,
73,000.
Yeah, it's probably 70K.
and Caitlin is in her second year, and she's bringing in 11 million.
Well, that's from
That's
endorsements, though.
Endorsements.
Yeah,
And that's the thing, like, and that's what I was looking at a couple of people talking about it, and like that's what they were saying, like, obviously you got those couple players, but like the majority is not gonna be making so much off sponsorships and deals. So that's kind of obviously, you still got to deal with that. But
so I mean, it just was crazy to me that she kind of like threw that out there because consistently in the media, Caitlin Clark is playing it as the villain, right? And not talking about the Angel Reese stuff. That's a whole different conversation. But just from the WNBA as a overall standpoint, a lot of people tend to either oppose what she's doing or kind of be like, no, it's not just all her, right? And that's another moment right there where it's like you didn't even have to say that. You know what I'm saying? It could have been behind the scenes, but now it looks like, Caitlin Clark's like, I got more money than y'all. I don't need to be a part of this. And that doesn't help the WNBA, in my opinion.
Exactly, and that's not helping their cause.
That's like infighting. You know what I mean? Like, but what do you feel like the next step is for that? Then, like
I don't know what the next step is, because like, did y'all hear about like the WNBA apparently is not making any money.
No, they never have.
They
Actually, they
they-
just signed a $2 billion deal to
So
do
next
TV
year,
more.
so that's the thing. So over the and I don't know the exact number. I think it's like 30 plus years they've been around. They have not made a profit, and not once. This year alone, this season, they just lost $40 million.
Yeah, the way it works is the NBA pays off their subsidies for the difference. in
And
what they
it's so
lost.
crazy because there's a lot of people that said like, oh well, then how are they still around? And people like speculated over the years like, oh the NBA is like pretty much paying for the WNBA to still be around. And like with the numbers, I'm not gonna lie, there's really not much to dispute about that. Like it's pretty much what they're doing.
Well, it's not directly from the revenue of the league. It's just the percentage of that revenue that they're asking to increase. So
you know the percentage of what the WNBA,
they get 9% now, and I believe the NBA is 50.
50. The NBA, MLB, NHL get 50% revenue, and then like the NFL is like it's like in the
20s.
Yeah, but WNBA players only get 9%. Now, I will say, moving forward, like you just said, they signed a new deal. I don't know what the amount they were getting like for television and all that just now, but I know that it's about to jump up to like $200 million. So the percentage of what they can get should be increasing moving forward. I ain't gonna lie.
That's my thing. That's like my only issue with the thing. Like, yeah, I get it. Y'all want to get paid what y'all owed, but like in this, y'all know y'all hopped into a franchise or like a company where that doesn't make a lot of money in general, because y'all had to study this. Like, if you're playing WNBA, you should know what you're walking into. Like, and that's my thing. Like, they're signing this new deal, but they never said it wasn't going to pay them more. Like,
that's also true.
They never said anything like, oh yeah, they're not touching any of the money. Y'all don't know that yet. The deal just got signed and y'all protesting already. So that's my only issue with it. Y'all only playing 40 something games a year, and y'all season's like 3 months. So it's like y'all complaining a lot, but y'all don't do as much as the NBA. Like, I get it. Like, I don't like it. If people gonna be mad about that, cool. But it's the truth.
No, and I ain't gonna lie. Like, unfortunately, like it's a touchy subject because like no one wants to touch on it. Cause like you know.
I mean, it's the equal stuff.
Equality,
it's the women athletes versus the male athletes.
And I trust me, I get all that. And you know what I mean? I always want to be respectful of that. But like, I'm not gonna lie, he's absolutely right. Like, there's just the NBA itself just does way more. Like, they just are doing more.
One thing I wanted to point out though that I kind of heard someone talking about on some clip on Twitter. The NBA also wasn't profitable until Bird and Magic. And what kind of saved them is similar to what's saving the WNBA. It's stars like, Paige and Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. While, Caitlin Clark, she brings a big portion of that viewership, that the talent is increasing in the league. So it's not necessarily about it just not only being profitable. The league wasn't good. Right? Like Brittany Griner gave us a bump. Like we tapped into a Brittany Griner game for like 2 times, back in the day when she came through. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Candace Parker, all of them, Aja Wilson. But what got our eyes there was an increase in the talent pool. So that's the same thing that happened with the NBA when they started with Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, and then Michael Jordan comes in, and Michael Jordan just takes it all the way to the top.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, honestly, yo, and to come on what you say, like what, like I guess how we see moving forward. I think that's actually what's happening right now. I honestly, and like I know, like a lot of negativity comes from the Caitlyn and Angel thing, but like, is that not their Bird and Magic?
Bird and Magic.
Yeah, it's turning the corner.
It's literally it's what they want. Like that's what's about to happen. I feel like.
And then plus you gotta think the WNBA is trying to add 4 more teams by 2030. So it's like, y'all are expanding. Y'all are going in the right direction.
And that was the 90s in the NBA.
Right.
That's the big hit on people give to MJ.
Exactly.
You won in an expansion era when half the teams were not good in the NBA.
Right. So, and they're literally getting that. The Golden State Valkyries just got added this year, and they already are talking about adding another team in 2 years, another team 2 years after that, and then 2 more teams after that. So it's like, y'all have everything lined up. Y'all going forward.
And it's just crazy, like I said, though, the talent pool is, like, honestly, even if you don't really, aren't like studying women's basketball or like paying attention, like just off of just like watching sports, you can tell that it's just so much talent that's about to come out into women's basketball.
Yeah.
It's women's sports period in general.
Yeah.
Like it's just
women's
it's actually
college
ridiculous. Like
basketball
I think
they
that's
had
peak.
They had a poll up on, I think I even seen it on the Herd or something like that, and it was asking like who's gonna be the face of the NBA, the face of the WNBA in 5 years, and Juju was second, and Juju not even in the league yet.
That's what that was my next
first
point.
person that I think about when I think of like the talent
too.
coming into like, yo, you got and just think about like what we got right now, and then like you got Juju coming in. There's gonna be another person in like 2-3 years that's just as talented or even better. So I think that going forward, this is actually perfect for the WNBA. Like, I think we're gonna see a big jump for them going forward.
I think to kind of piggyback on what everybody else was saying, I feel like it is turning a corner because we're talking about it more than ever now. Like it's got more eyes on it thanks to the star power, like the Caitlin Clarks, like the Pages, like the Angel Reese. You know what I mean? Like they're expanding, right? So I just feel like the league itself is moving in the right direction.
I think, and my fault. I ain't want to cut you off if he was about to say something else. But another thing holding them back is just their marketing. Their marketing, bro. Like I said in an earlier point, like you literally can't watch a game. Like
they're on secondary network.
They're not even. Forget competing with the NBA and the NFL and the MLB. Right? Like there's more hockey on TV. There's more MLS on TV.
If you have cable, they're on like Ion television. Like, what's Ion? Exactly. I only know because they work with my station. That's the only reason I know.
And it's crazy because I wanted to tap into a game, and outside of streaming on a laptop, I had no way of seeing it. Yeah. So it was like, all right, well, I don't know. To be honest, if I'm being 100% fair, and it might sound a little blunt, but they're never competing with the top three. They're never. It's just not happening. Yeah. It's not happening.
Nobody.
So you have to you have to find a way to compete with like MLS, right? And MLS is kind of what the WNBA expects to be in a couple years because MLS is expanding in its own right, and it's becoming more popular. Soccer's becoming more popular in America than it used to be when we were kids.
Something I feel like I can compare it. Like I don't know, maybe it may sound crazy to me, but something that I noticed over the weekend watching, like the Big Three tournament is on CBS. And I know you said they're not getting to the Big Three, but it's like the Big Three when it first came out, like that was not on cable television during.
It wasn't even live. They used to tape it and then play it later.
That's what I'm saying. It's like like that things like that made the jump to be able to get into those spots right there. I feel like they can definitely do the same thing. Like,
you know where they could perfectly fit into, because I pay for it every month. ESPN Plus. Like, if they decided to get into just ESPN Plus, like when I log into ESPN Plus, I see like a whole bunch of different other sports, like cricket, tennis, on ESPN Plus. Like you can click on it and I can watch it live. I'm like, why WNBA could fit right into this little pocket, because like during where WNBA plays, there's really nothing really else going on, especially on ESPN Plus.
I mean, besides baseball.
Yeah, besides baseball, but baseball is not even really on ESPN Plus. Yeah, you can't really watch a baseball.
But I mean, even to piggyback off of that, though, I would say they just need to go away from cable television, go to local television, right? Like we said, CBS, like NBC, stuff like that. There's no football.
There's nothing on
CBS or NBC or Fox.
Perfect time, yeah.
There's nothing on any of those things when it's not football season, right? And the thing that expanded basketball was NBC. Which is why they're going back to NBC, outside of, the money and all the politics and stuff. But like when basketball took off in the Michael Jordan era in the 90s, late 80s, it was NBC. It wasn't ESPN. It wasn't all that. Yeah, so
good point.
Go for local television so that regular people can just watch it without.
Not to cut you off, but like what's so crazy when you do think about like when each sport kind of took off, they were with local television when they had their big break, and then that's when like ESPN and the big sport television shows took over for them. So I feel like that could be the same thing for like women's basketball. Like, and I mean I don't know what local television what station they go with, but it's like go that route, go ahead, get big, have that breakout, and then like you're gonna see that the exposure and everything that you're gonna get is gonna become like 100 times better.
I mean, while we on the topic of WNBA, I mean, would y'all say that Caitlin Clark's the face of the league right now?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Should be AJ Wilson, but it's Caitlin.
That's why I'm like, I don't know.
You know,
I like AJ.
Yes, I guess yes, but like that's what makes it, I guess, so good right now is the fact that we can sit here and say like it's a guarantee, but like we him and her over like there's some close second, thirds.
No, for sure. Yeah, but she's definitely in like
Kelsey.
Top 5 conversation. But I feel like, do y'all feel like too much is being made of her play right now because she's in like a slump right now? Her numbers are down.
She hurt too, I think.
Well, yeah, y'all feel like too much is being. So she's not playing in an All-Star game, right?
No, she didn't. She didn't play in an All-Star game.
Yeah,
I mean,
because she said she had to work on her body, or
something.
I saw the statement.
I'll play devil's advocate, but like, isn't that not what we're supposed to do to our stars in this sport?
Yeah, when you the face of the league, that's what happens.
So I mean,
you suck, we're gonna let you know.
I feel like this is what's supposed to be happening. Honestly,
I ain't gonna lie, Paige hooping. Crazy.
That's the opposite side of having more eyes. The more people watching, the more criticism you're gonna have of your league and of your players. Okay. You can't also ask for more, and then when you get more, be afraid of the opposite side of that more. right? So that's what happens, right?
Like you can't call it bullying either.
No.
Well, I think the Angel Reese stuff is a little bullying.
To a degree, yeah.
To a degree.
Were you talking about like some of that stuff, like that RG3 stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't want to get
That
into that,
was
but like
insane.
I thought that was.
Yo, RG3 is a wild man.
I used to like him too
He's
until
wild.
this all of these takes.
I'm good off RG3, bro.
And we don't got to get into a depth about it, but like, so is he not just like? How is he portraying it? Because like I've thought that because I'm not really reading into it like all that. I'm thinking like he just was. It's obviously people are mad that he brought light to the whole thing. I'm not gonna bring it because I think we all know what I'm talking about.
The picture, right?
Yes.
The 2K jump.
Yeah. So it's the fact that why did you bring light to it and you have a big platform? I get that. But I thought he was pretty much denouncing and saying this shit. It's fucked up.
It's not even bringing light to it. I mean, that's part of it, right? Because a lot of people say they've seen it more from his profile than any other profile on the internet.
Yeah, and I get that.
But it's also the whole thing he wrote up, right? He basically cooked her for like. Let's just equate it to time, right? Say it took him 10 minutes to say what he had to say. He cooked her for 9 minutes and then said, but she don't deserve this for the last 1 minute. You can't. Okay. You can't. You know, what is that, man?
Like I said, I didn't give the whole read. So, okay, that's my, all right. I literally thought it was one of them things like he was saying like, this is fucked up. This shouldn't have happened. Just don't be like, I didn't know.
He did say that after he cooked it. Okay.
Like, isn't he like driving the whole they hate each other like
I heard that
narrative?
He's feeding. He's putting fuel on that fire. And it's okay to not like each other.
And that's insane too. Like, no one's here to like each other.
Kobe used to say, "I have respect for all my opponents." When I was on the court, I didn't care about nobody,
bro. Like, I just thought the whole thing was crazy, bro. Like,
yeah, it is. I said, like you say, sometimes it does get like pushed out of proportion. Like, it's really not that serious.
And then it's the black and white thing, but it's like. Again,
even more outrageous.
This is what took it off. This is literally what jumpstarted.
Bro, and then Ryan Clark was saying that RG3 has no place to speak at that because he doesn't have black women in his house.
See, it's like, and that's where I hate when it start like now when other people are starting to like do things like that. That's where I'm like, all right, now it's getting too far. Like now it goes a little too far.
But Shaq was mad.
No, Shaq said, "Listen, if you post another picture like that, I'm gonna punch you in your face."
Angel Reese is Shaq's athlete.
I was gonna say
she's signed to him.
Literally,
I get that.
Yeah, well, Reebok.
Every single day. Like he's the
he got.
They both went to LSU together too, right? So that's that little.
But hey, it's like,
I support Shaq in that because
for sure.
Like for what though? Would. You know what I mean? Like
I'd have reacted like Shaq too.
That's how you look at RG3 just like for what though?
Now that you portray like you explained it like that, like it is kind of like that was unnecessary for him to even do that. Like I'm thinking it's like a whole saying like this is fucked up. Why would you like completely on that? Like not really saying any negative towards her. Like
it was this long message and then the last two it was a long message. Then the last two sentences was despite all of that, leave her alone.
Bro,
Come on, bro.
That's ridiculous.
Bro, is it any last points y'all have on the WNBA before we move on?
I'll just say I do think the league is in good hands and I think it's gonna go in the right direction. You just gotta be patient. This is not something that happens overnight. This is something that's like a 15-year type. Like honestly, at the end of Caitlin Clark's career, probably is when the league's gonna be most profitable. And that's crazy to say, but it take that long. It
takes
a while.
Yeah. Well, moving on to our next topic.
Something dear to your heart.
Very dear to my heart. I shed a tear reading it. So an ESPN journalist put out a long, deep, in-depth article about Joel Embiid, about the struggles he's had behind the scenes with the injuries, the organization, and just like, how he is among his peers and how he'll be remembered. A lot of people walked away from the article saying that they're now Embiid fans because they see what he's been going through behind the scenes. And as a Joel supporter, I want to start by saying that the organization failed him. Specifically when he'll say something like, I feel like this is bothering me. Bro, his first year in the league, they had his medical treatment done by an intern, right? So like that just set the precedent. Like he came in injured, and then they had an intern overseeing his medical treatment.
Supposedly the future of your franchise.
So it's like that type of stuff. And imagine all the stuff we don't know about. Like that's just everything that was in the article.
Kind of reminds me of that whole Spurs Kawhi thing.
It's literally the same.
Kawhi was like, "Yo, like my knee hurt," and they're like, "We don't care. Go hoop." And he's like, "Well, if you're not gonna check this out, I'm gonna get a private person to check this out." And it was like, "That's a violation of your contract. You can only get checked out by team officials." And they're like, "No, I'm getting this checked out because y'all won't do it." You know what I mean? So
literally, earlier this year,
that man's career.
He was talking to Lisa Salters in the middle of a game, and he was like, "Yeah, I think I need to get surgery." And the team was like, what? You didn't tell us this. We didn't think you needed surgery, right? So then he got another surgery, and that's where he is right now. But like, it was the same type of thing. But you guys all looked at it. What did you guys take from it? Are you guys sympathetic towards him?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll be completely honest with you. And this will be the first time on the show. I'm with you on this one. I feel for your boy Joel. So I didn't read the whole thing because it was a lot of it was it's a damn near a book. But I was watching a video of a Philly fan dude. He was just kind of breaking it down and going over and talking about it. And one thing that he like said before even like going on about like in the beginning of his video, he was just kind of like he hates the fact that like stuff like this has to come out for people to kind of have their opinions changed about people personally. You know what I'm saying? About like how they are as like a person, not just a player.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say that that's how it was for me, but I will say like it opens your eyes a little bit more to like the shit that he was going through. Like the things that kind of stuck out for me, yeah, the health, the injuries and all that things were a big factor, but really it's just like, it's the fact that like Embiid first time really being here and like really like, I guess getting like situated in America, being in Philly, it just hasn't been good since then. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he was in Kansas, you know, for a little bit, but that was like, what, he only did 1 year in Kansas, right?
I think he came out.
I think he was a one and done.
Year.
Yeah, so like he wasn't really in there for that too long, and that, you know, Kansas, okay, but being in Philly, like that's a whole different ball game. And so it's like, you know, how the whole situation on draft night went, and you know him not being able to be with his family, and then 4 months later his brother dying in Cameroon. Literally, Embiid has felt like it's been his fault that happened, and he's literally been living with that ever since. So you cope that with his like the demons that he's been living with, the injuries, and then the shit organization that's just not taking care of anything, and then making it being portrayed that he's this terrible person. I ain't gonna lie, I really, it opened my eyes a little bit. It's like, damn, like yeah, again, I already thought Embiid was a great player. Like I only gave him shit because like you a fan. That's what you do when your boy's a fan of
yeah.
So I only gave Shaw shit, but like I always thought Embiid was a great player, but like kind of under like getting a little in depth look about like his personal struggles really kind of opened my eyes and was like, damn, like bro's really going through it. And I'm gonna be real with you. I know everybody joked about like, oh, he gotta retire and things like that. I'm gonna be real with you. If that man retired and didn't want to play again, that's okay.
That's okay.
He actually needs to get better. Like just physically, mentally, emotionally, like everything, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I never was like an Embiid hater. I kind of just understood kind of the temperature of the environment around him, and I was just like, I mean, I don't know, I can't necessarily support someone who I know is 100% good, definitely a top 5 player in the league when 100% healthy. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't never healthy, right? And that always been my thing. And obviously, it's never an athlete's fault when unless they're out of shape and they're not doing things like that. And he has been accused of coming to the season out of shape and stuff like that before. But for me, it's always kind of just been from that element. Like I can't necessarily trust him to support him because I know he's probably not going to play. Right. But outside of all of that, just understanding, like you said, the temperature around the team he's on and the management and how they treat him, and not even just that, even the fans in Philly. I feel like Philly don't even embrace him, right? So he's going to work every day with people that don't like him. And really, he can't change the mind of no one because they kind of feel like he's, you know, underperformed up to this point because he's an MVP caliber player, but he hasn't been far in the playoffs. He hasn't because of injuries and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I think his mental is kind of the biggest thing that he need to, you know, take a step away from. Like, I don't know. If I was him, and I do think I'm gonna play this year. Well, I not this year. If I do think I'm gonna play again in the NBA, I might take this year off, right? And he might have to because of the medics, right? But outside of that, even if they clear him to come back, you know, post All-Star break or something, nah, man, just take the whole year off. And to be honest, find a way out of Philly. Like I would start over. I mean, I know you don't like to hear that. You're a Sixers fan.
I get it. I mean,
but
yeah.
But I would start over.
They fucked him over.
I would start over. Like, and you see, it's so crazy because you see organizations like the Lakers, right, who just got Luka Doncic, and they're like, sorry, LeBron. You know what I mean? Like, and that lets you know that they'll buy into people they believe in, right? Obviously, LeBron's old, so it makes sense, right? It's not an indictment on LeBron, but it's like, yo, you're not gonna be here for the future we're building. Right. But they embrace the guy that they brought in. That's an organization that I think Embiid needs. Somebody that's going to basically tell him, yo, we believe in you. Whatever you need, let us know. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the Sixers ever made him feel that way. And that kind of impacted the way he went about his offseason stuff and all that.
I just hate that that's how he's going to be remembered for all of the injury stuff and, like, not the on-court stuff, like the MVP, like putting up 70, right? Like, he's done a lot of great things on the court, but it's going to be overshadowed by, like, what he couldn't accomplish. Like, there was a quote in there from Batum from last year's playoff run against the Knicks, and he was like, his locker was right next to him, and he said, I don't even know how he was walking. Like, I saw his knee, and I don't know how he was able to walk.
They were bad.
You know, like, so people are going to say he's soft, but he's out there playing on one leg and half a face. He couldn't even...
Injuries are not about being soft. I don't get when people say that. Injuries are not about being soft. Bro, if your knee is blown out, your knee is blown out. Like
what else do you want
being
to do?
soft is, I jammed my finger, I can't play. That's soft, right? But he physically is limping. Like, there's nothing you can do about that.
Clear after games, like, bro, this man is not even 75%. Like, he doesn't...
He was still out there, though.
He was, exactly.
And then I think it was like a whole, like you said, the whole mental part where it's like, every time he's about to, get something going in the playoffs, something happens. Like he gets hurt, like the elbow to the face, and he had to wear the mask. He had a concussion, or somebody's falling on his leg. Like, it's a lot of times it's like something like really crazy. Or like earlier this year, he fell in pregame warmups over the media line. Like we were playing the Celtics on Christmas, and he fell and hurt his ankle.
Yeah,
like
he definitely.
Who else does that happen to?
And it's like that. Yeah, that is just shit luck.
I just feel bad for Embiid now. Like, I didn't never criticize him on his play because I always knew Embiid's gonna be Embiid. He's gonna get his buckets. I just felt like, why can't they never keep him on the court? And like reading that and then seeing it's like yeah, no, they didn't take care of him because like all of while he's dealing with his brother and all that depression probably and like being not 100%, he's out here competing. And at the highest level, almost winning MVP, that not 100%. Like it's just crazy that you can have a player like that in your organization and you don't give him everything. Like the whole thing dating back to like old stuff with the 76ers, like AI and all of their players that they had before didn't take care of them, don't give them nothing. They just want them like, oh yeah, go out, win games, and that's all you're here for. Like, don't really care to put a team around you. Don't really care to heal you or whatever. You just follow our rules and you go win games. That's your job. And I hate it. Like, I hate that some organizations can't give their stars like the proper treatment for them to stay, and then they paint the star as a bad person when they want to leave. It doesn't make sense to me.
Why are the Sixers so terrible?
Well, they'll never make me hate Joel, bro. But I don't know.
Because it's like I just realized and after reading the thing and all that, like I just went back in my head and was thinking like all the other situations that all the stars or like other players have had with Philly, and it's just like now I go back and I'm like, James Harden wasn't wrong for calling Daryl Morey a liar in the middle of this camp. Like,
it just starts at the
things
top,
like
bro.
that just make me go back. Like,
James Harden came straight out and was like, that man just straight up lied to my face. Like,
it's like I go back and I'm looking at that. I'm like, damn, like he wasn't lying. Like James Harden was dead ass, like telling the truth.
Then he gets on a press conference. He's like, oh, we just want players who are committed to winning. It's like, well, when you get these players in your organization, you have so many stars come through this organization for you not to have a conference appearance.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like if you go back from like way like
it's just bad management, bro.
It is.
Iguodala, fucking like Drew, like Elton Brand, like
well, I know he's
Jimmy
not
Butler.
crazy good. Jeremy Grant, but
they had Jeremy
Grant, like yo, it's
Miami took Jimmy Butler took Miami on 2 deep playoff runs by himself. And you telling me the teams he played on in the Sixers weren't better than the Miami team?
Look at the management. Look at the management. You got Pat Riley versus Daryl Morey.
It's ridiculous.
You know what I mean?
Crazy, like,
True.
and that's why I'm like, yo. It's just really true about this, like the organization.
Yeah.
His second best player was Bam. And he couldn't get there with Embiid. Doesn't make sense.
So, okay, I do want to ask, what do y'all make of the whole Harden and Embiid thing not speaking anymore? Like, what did y'all take from that when y'all saw that?
So, I'm not going to lie. And I don't know this. Obviously, I don't know none of it personally. But, I don't know. James Harden always has just been, like, a weird guy. So, like...
Wishy-washy.
So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if this is, like, on some, like... Because you got to remember, that was James' thing at that time. Like, he wanted to be the guy. He was not going to be the guy. I'm sorry.
Bro, he was pushing 40.
Yeah, he wasn't going to be the guy. And it's so crazy. What's crazy, though, is, like, maybe that was a bad narrative that the team put out because... If you look at him and now in the Clippers, he's fully okay with just being a facilitator and just letting everybody eat for real.
That's a good point.
So, but like I said, James Harden still is a weird guy. So him not speaking to Joel, that's just James. Like,
I'm about to say because he do the same thing with Kevin Durant. I mean, they cool and then they not cool and then they cool and then they not cool. It's like when the OKC stuff happened, all this stuff came out when they traded him to Houston and all that. All this stuff came out behind the scenes. How like it wasn't all peaches and cream. You know what I mean, like that. And then. Who's the first person that they call when they go to Brooklyn? James Harden, right? So it's like he's always been on and off with guys. So I don't know.
And then again, I'll play devil's advocate on this too. Like let's just say maybe Joel might be in his feelings, and that's okay. James really might not have no issues with this man. James is across the goddamn country trying to win a championship in LA. Like, honestly, this probably, and I'm gonna be real, he's in LA. It's James Harden, everybody.
See,
I can guarantee you he's not talking to a lot of his friends on a daily basis. He's out here living his
especially on the East Coast.
Out there party.
Not even that, but yeah, like, bro, come on now. So, like, I don't know. You know, Joel, like,
He'd be in the club with little baby.
think about it. Think about how the relationship he had with Jimmy. Like, I feel, and again, this plays into like Joel's time, not really having that long time here at the time in America. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I don't know. Maybe he just got close and connected with them guys, not realizing like, okay, they look at it more on the business side of it. You know what I mean? You know, we here to help win a championship, and that's what the main goal for them. So like, he may have thought that there was a little more of a friendship than there was. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, Joel, in the article, he was saying that he didn't want James to think that he had anything to do with the Morey stuff. Right? He was like, so I don't want him to think that I'm the reason that he couldn't come back. But I mean, he still has a good relationship with Jimmy, right? Like, so they're still close. But
you're right. All right, so that might be a good point. James might actually think that's the case because he might think that like, oh, Joel Embiid is Morey's guy clearly. So like, you know, you picked him over me. So that could just be like him. That could just be by an association. Yeah,
and I mean, he's always been that like, oh, everyone's against me type of guy. You know what I mean? Like, even when it came to all his previous stops that he had, it's kind of always been like, well, no, it wasn't me. Y'all pushed me away, right? And he's always had that mentality. So, like I said, like y'all said, he probably looped Embiid into that. Not necessarily like Embiid went and was like, it's not gonna work with this guy, but you know, he feels as though maybe that, you know, they might have sat down and they were like, oh, we're gonna move on from James, and Embiid just kind of was like, I don't
know. Honestly, I feel like he might have actually didn't want him to do that.
He might have fought for him?
Because he literally, his quote was the fact that, like, I was the leading scorer and he was the leading assist leader.
Yeah.
We were the best one.
Had the best pick and roll, yeah.
Yeah, we had the best pick and roll in the league. Like, and they did. Like, it was ridiculous.
Were the best.
Yeah,
but that's probably why he likes playing in LA. When the Clippers, first of all, they're not as, you know, the spotlight's not on them like the Lakers, first of all. And then second, his co-star is Kawhi, who, one, allows him to be the best player on the court because he doesn't play half the season. And then two, when he does play, he doesn't talk, right? So it's like, you know what I mean? Theoretically, in his head, he can walk around saying, yo, I'm the best player on the team, because even if he's not better than Kawhi, like,
Kawhi's not going to say anything.
Kawhi's not going to say anything, and Kawhi's not going to be there. So it's like, that's probably why he likes the Clippers so much.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a lot of that. When you go into these other organizations, you go to Houston, you go to Philly, and you say, oh, I'm that guy on the team. And then B's like, no, you're not. You know what I mean? It's a little bit more pushback, and it don't feel that way. But he probably feels like he's the star on the team in the Clippers. So,
any last thoughts on the whole Joel thing, the article? Or?
Hopefully he get better. Like I said, Joe, I feel this is just, it's past basketball. Like, bro just literally is like, he's at like the bottom of depression at this point, I feel like. And B just need a break, man.
Yeah, I'd say I think he should take a year off.
Like you said, I was going to say, you made a good point. He honestly, even if getting cleared at some point, just take the year off, man. And you, again,
I know I'm gonna be,
not like it,
but you know,
probably needs to leave.
He's one of my favorite players, but
or maybe y'all just need a rehaul in your organization. Like it just finally is time to just clean house completely, because it has not been working.
Yeah, but you can't get an owner to leave unless you get like a unanimous vote from all the other owners in the NBA.
That's true, and it's not like there's like some dirtball,
some Dan Snyder stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know that yet. I mean, we don't know. You know, it could happen. Hey, but moving on. You know, it's a lot going on in I guess what pop culture right now. It's a lot of good movies out. Specifically, Superman. I know only one of us has seen it, so I know he's got some heavy lifting to do. But no. Look, the floor's yours.
I wouldn't say heavy lifting, but like to me, it's like, all right. So, of course, everybody knows recently James Gunn took over the DCU. So, and he's produced some of the best superhero movies and shows to date as of recent. You got all of the Guardians of the Galaxy. You got Peacemaker season 1. He did Suicide Squad, the second one. And that was actually, it did good in the box office.
Justice League too.
No.
That was Snyder. Yeah,
So,
Snyder.
I like the first one more than the second.
Yeah, you talking about James Gunn? I'm thinking of Snyder.
Yeah. So like, I feel as though James Gunn does a really good depiction of how a comic book would look on screen. So everybody compares, like the comparison now is Snyder's Superman, which is Henry Cavill, and then the new Superman. They compare him a lot, and I like this new Superman better than Henry Cavill. It's crazy that people would say that, but I say it because in the comics, especially the comic books he went off of, Superman was a symbol of hope, never killed anybody. He was a little bit of a softie, but like you need not to fuck with him. Like, he Superman. Like, you don't even know where this guy came from. You want to go and fight him. So that's basically what it was. And it showed like in the movie he like saved a squirrel, and it's like
I heard about that.
Yeah, and it's like very deeper than what Zack Snyder shown. And Snyder showed basically brute Superman.
It's like,
if he was
fuck everything up in this
pushed, if he was pushed too far.
Yeah.
But this is like the beginning stages of Superman, on how when he first came, his back and forth with Lois, and then of course he had ran in with Lex Luthor in this movie. And I feel as though like the way this Superman handles things is a lot different. It shows you that he's for the people. He's here to save everybody. Nobody has to die, even though if they were fighting. Like, it was a scene in the movie where he was fighting a huge monster with Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, and Hulk Girl. And he was like, no, don't kill it. And Mr. Terrific was like, what, nigga? Like straight killed the monster. He looked like, he was like disappointed. But like, of course, dealing with who he's dealing with, you're not going to get that all the time. So I feel like James Gunn did very well on showing who Superman is. Like, Zack Snyder did well on showing how strong Superman
capabilities.
is. Yeah, capabilities. But James Gunn showed who he is. And it's like, personality. He showed how soft he is, deep to his core about everybody. But he also did show some crazy feats on how strong he really is. So, like, it was one point of the show, I don't want to like spoil it too much for y'all if y'all gonna go see it, but it's like there's one point in the movie where he got stuck in a pocket dimension that Lex Luthor created, and he was falling into a black hole, and with his breath he was carrying somebody else that he met in there, and Crypto, and a baby, and he blew his way out of the black hole with just his breath and like got out of there. Like,
that's crazy.
You know how strong a black hole is.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he literally blew his way out of the black hole and like was like, all right, bet, cool, and then got out of the pocket dimension after Mr. Terrific saved him. It's like, even though James Gunn said, oh yeah, my Superman's not gonna be the strongest, I wanted to show you who he is, but you show shit like that, and it's like, you gotta really understand who yeah, exactly. It's exactly like that. So I felt like what James Gunn is going for in the new era of DC, it's really gonna show you who these heroes are down to their core. Like, if he makes a new Batman, it's gonna be older style, but nowadays comic book Batman, because this Superman didn't take place in the old, like in like 1990s or anything like that. It took place present. Like, people was on social media and all that, but it's like classical.
So are we, with all the previous DC movies, this is like a brand new, like, because we were just talking Justice League, and then you've got the Batman. I know that's a little different, right? But none of that's connected to this Superman right now, right? Like,
the only thing that is connected to this Superman is Peacemaker. Like, actually connected. Like, that they said that's really connected to it. I feel like the Robert Pattinson's Batman that just came out, like, was it 2021? 2022?
Yeah,
20.
like
I thought that was
3 years ago.
I feel like
it was fire.
I feel like they're connected, considering I think they said something in the screen that you can see the shit from Batman.
Because that rebrand for that Batman he was a little bit more on the edgy side.
Yeah, but he's younger, he's raw, he's not really.
The whole production of it, the whole movie was dark. You know what I mean? It was all of that. It was different from the Dark Knight Rises Batman,
which is
or
what
Batman and Superman. It was different from all of that. Like, I thought he portrayed Batman really well, but yeah, but I asked that because, like, I know that they're obviously competing with Marvel, right?
Too, yeah.
But do you feel like this was a good step in the right direction? Like, what was the last good DC movie prior to this one?
Prior to this one, if you don't
from an individual standpoint,
yeah, or anything,
if you exclude Batman, the recent Batman, it'll probably be the Snyder's Cut Justice League, which doesn't say too much.
Well, from an individual movie standpoint, I probably would say Wonder Woman.
I don't like none of them.
You don't like the first one? Not 84.
Absolutely.
Not 84. What was it? 84, 64?
It was
one
84.
of the two. Not 84, but the first one?
No.
That one was fire.
I didn't like it.
The first Wonder Woman was fire.
So here's my thing about that Wonder Woman. Like, I don't like, yes, she played Wonder Woman really well. She's a really good actor. But Wonder Woman's persona is not that. Like, in the comics, Wonder Woman's arrogant as fuck. Like she'll pop out like, y'all not really finna fuck with me for real. Like, like, and she's a woman. Like, she's an Amazonian. Like, she every time she ready fight somebody, she like, you don't know you messing with the goddess of the Amazon. Like, like I'm a god. Like, she walks around saying that religiously. She didn't do that.
Yeah, for a good part of that movie, she was a little green.
Yeah,
she was a little like, I'm getting used to all this. Like, I don't know. But I still felt like if you were comparing it to the other DC movies, that was probably the one to see in the theaters.
Yeah.
Out of the individual ones. You know, Justice League was good. The Snyder's Cut was good. The first one was a little but the Snyder Cut was good. But
people hated Aquaman too.
I thought Aquaman was
pretty fire too.
I thought Aquaman was good.
It was decent. I'm not gonna say like it was terrible, but like I liked it more than most.
And then I also like I didn't like the second one, but I like the first Suicide Squad. Like
the first Suicide Squad was good.
I thought it like
I like both of them.
The second one was.
Why don't you like the second one?
I don't know, man. I thought it was a big starfish as the villain, bro.
Real villain.
I get it, bro, but like I just thought it was so goofy, bro. Like I wasn't feeling it. But
if you want to know like how the Suicide Squad really works, you watch on HBO Max. It's called Creature Commandos.
Okay.
They're like the Suicide Squad after the Suicide Squad. Like they keep it going after everybody else leaves. Like the Suicide Squad gets shuffled in and out a lot.
Yeah.
Especially because they all fucking die.
Yeah.
Most of the time. So it's like, if you watch that, if you watch that, it'll really help you explain like what their basis of it is. They just they throw a whole bunch of people together and like, here, go on a suicide mission and come back. And do something and come back, which barely any of them do. But it's like, with James Gunn and how he's going to be doing things with DC, I feel like if Marvel don't get their shit together, he gonna be on their ass.
I mean, it's gonna be a big phase right here.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four is this week.
I was about to say, yeah, like I'm mad hyped for that.
I am too.
I'm mad.
I'm there. I'm there on Thursday.
So
I'm there.
I gotta see it on Saturday, but
I want to get that.
So is everybody like, is it? So I'm not really that tapped into the movie, but it's like everybody really like upset about the way the Thing looked in this movie.
I am, but
no, it's not that deep,
I am, but that's not stopping me from seeing it.
I've been like, that's something I've been hearing like a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm not mad either, bro. He looks better than the Michael B. Jordan thing. He looked like a bucket of chicken in that movie.
Bro, I just
that shit was terrible.
I just
see.
Maybe it's the beard. Maybe it's the beard.
He's fine, bro. I think it's fine. Like,
okay.
And then people are complaining about his voice too, bro. Like, come on, bro. The movie not even out yet.
So
like,
my problem, haven't even seen it, guys.
See, my problem with some of these people nowadays, when it's DC or Marvel, like they cry about comic book accuracy, and then when you get it, you hate it.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, like they hated Superman's suit in the new Superman. It's comic book accurate. Like,
well, I mean, because
like,
Thing has a beard in the comics, right?
Exactly,
Like,
and he also shaves it off in comics.
But the thing that they've been criticizing, this one of is they have, the woman Silver Surfer that people don't like as well.
That's all. That's,
yeah, I know.
Like,
but I'm saying people are like, oh, you got a woman
in
what?
That's what I understand. Y'all want these real things. Y'all want to see different things, but also from the comics, they're doing it and you hate it. It doesn't make sense. Like people hate the way Galactus looks. He looks like Galactus.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Go ahead.
I don't want to spoil it, but it's not out yet. But I feel like, is it fair to say they lose?
Yes.
Right. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Considering the end.
You talking about Fantastic Four?
Considering the end of Thunderbolts.
Well, that's how they.
Well, that's how they kickstart the whole next phase, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all know this now. I'm an avid nerd about this shit. Like Leak knows, I have a huge comic book box in my thing. So what I've been reading, it's like, yeah, they lose. They absolutely lose because any universe that sees Galactus always loses, except for main continuity, which is 616. Like they always have the strongest heroes for some reason. Like. And plus, I felt like Thunderbolt should have came after Fantastic Four because what's being like rumored that this Fantastic Four is in another dimension.
Yep.
And what goes on? They go through. They get destroyed by Galactus. They barely save their universe, and then they jump to 616. Because I think everybody thinks that's what Reed is working on. He's trying to get to another dimension, or trying to deal with some type of matter that's going to push them into dimension jumping. So it's like, that's like the rumor or like what think's gonna happen, considering like the ship that was coming from, like in the Thunderbolts movie.
Yeah.
So it's like they really think like, oh yeah, they're definitely gonna lose their universe and they're gonna go to another universe to help them not lose theirs. Because of course, it's only one Galactus in every universe. Every universe, the Galactus you see is not a different one. It's him. Like he's the only person that doesn't have different variants.
Oh wow.
Or different
I didn't know
versions
that.
of himself. Yeah, exactly. Like how they do, like how they having a different Doom and all that. No, if you see Galactus, that is the Galactus. That's one. Every other universe, any Lego game, anything like that, it's the same one. Like it's the same
That's
guy.
crazy.
Yeah. That's,
So like, I don't even want to get into that. That's a whole different can of worms. But I did see the report that Reed would be like the leader of the Avengers, like in the next phase, like after this, like what is it, Doomsday?
Yeah.
He's gonna be like the leader of the Avengers. So I mean, I'm so excited to see how this kicks off, like that whole next phase, because like this is like,
And then bringing in the X-Men.
yeah, like I'm excited. I mean, some people said that they didn't care about the X-Men because they're old and stuff now, but I don't know, bro.
The X-Men is one of the bigger parts of Marvel.
Yeah, they're literally like
it's most of Marvel.
Yeah.
Everything you see is mostly X-Men, mostly mutants, and like Marvel and like X-Men carried Marvel for a while in the comics.
Mhm.
Like if you look at like comic book sales and all that, the Avengers wasn't even one of their best comic book sellers.
Yeah,
It was X-Men.
outside of Spider-Man.
Yeah, outside of Spider-Man, it was X-Men.
I knew the
nobody
X-Men
really-
before the Avengers.
It was X-Men, Fantastic Four. Like then it was the Avengers. Like nobody. They cared about it, but like Iron Man didn't become people's favorite superhero until movies.
Yeah,
Robert Downey Jr. Like
Downey Jr., yeah.
now everybody wants to be an Avenger. Like that's what's been happening in recent comics. So it's like I get it, but like nah, y'all can't hate on the X-Men. If they want to reset and do it right, they can do it. Like Kevin Feige does really good at writing his movies recently. So I think they just hate a lot and don't cut them a little bit of slack. And plus, they're working for years on end. So it's like,
Bro, I know. Shoot, the new Spider-Man movie, not the Tom Holland. What is it? The Spider-Verse that got delayed until 2027.
2027. Yeah.
yep.
So I mean, Leek, are you gonna see Fantastic Four?
Yeah, I'm gonna go check it out. I just, like this might sound so stupid, and I know I'm gonna get so much hate for this, but like, so it's like the infatuation with all, because like these are the comic books everyone already knows what's gonna happen, right?
No.
Not really.
But
See,
the comic, so
You have a good idea,
so
right?
are
Like
the comic books not already been, but the comic books are already all out.
I don't think everyone has read every comic book though, and everyone knows how everything ends.
No, okay. So my question is, I thought the infatuation was just watching it be put on screen, because if they're based, from what you tell me and from what I've usually hear, it's like a lot of like majority of this shit is kind of going based off of the comic books, and I'm like, okay, well these comics is all from like way back in the day.
for me,
So we should know everything that's gonna happen.
Yeah, for me growing up, I was more of a manga reader than a comic book reader.
Same.
So most of my superhero infatuation came from seeing the movies, right? The first,
same.
Spider-Man and all that when we was
Yeah.
coming up in the early 2000s and all of that. And so for me, there's a lot of things that I don't know, even though I am a Marvel fan. So that's what keeps me involved, right? And so when I go and see these movies, I'm the type that go home and look up and watch this 30-minute video of all the Easter eggs that I missed because I didn't read all the comics. So that's just my personal experience with it.
All right, that's cool. All right,
Yeah.
and that's why I was trying. Okay, all right.
And it's also plus it's like, all right, we gotta understand it's still a movie. Like when you talk about manga and anime, like they try to keep it closer to the same, but it still have stuff change. When you do like these Marvel movies, they don't want it to be the same all the time because it's like, oh yeah, I know what's gonna happen. I have that book. Like they still want to keep it fresh. It's still a movie. They still want to be entertained.
Well, not to cut you off, but like I just feel like that's kind of crazy because like like growing up and as reading the mangas and stuff like that, I would love the fact that like when the stuff would come out and they would put it on the screen. Like, I want it to be just how it was. Like even though I know what I'm about to see, I want to see it in color and in action. It's way different.
And
I
understand that, and it's like people still gotta understand. It's like they can't do everything completely the same, considering the writers of the book is not the writers of the movie. So like they still copyright reasons and shit like that. But like I think for me, for the stuff to be a little bit tweaked is better for movies. Like, yeah, it looks good in the comics.
you gotta sell it.
But you gotta sell it for if you gotta sell it for the movies, and if it looks good, it's gonna be good. So it's like I don't have no problem.
I sounded like a super fan. I know I'm gonna get so much hate for it, but I don't know. It was just it came to my head. I'm listening. I'm like,
It's similar.
A lot of people do agree though. A lot of people do agree with that.
just
So
curious. Okay.
I think me personally, I like being introduced, like Dorian said, I like being introduced to like new characters. You know what I mean? Like
his breakdown of it was actually a great way to
like
explain it. I like that. I was like, okay, I understand that.
I've never read comics, so my exposure to like all of these superheroes is coming from the movies. Like I've never heard of Kang before. Like first
Yeah,
time
Kang, that was my first time hearing the Kang.
and after that, I went and looked it up. And then when we saw, I think Robert Downey Jr. as Doom, I went to look up like what's the significance of that. And apparently, there's like a whole series where Iron Man becomes like Doom or whatever. So I don't know if that's what this is gonna be. So I was like, I looked into that, and it's just like. And then I was looking up like Magneto the other day. Like, yeah, sure, I know who he is, but like, I didn't know like what his motivations were. Was he evil? Was he good? Or you know what I mean? So like, I'm getting exposed to these guys for the first time in these movies, and then I'm going home exactly like Dorian said, and I'm looking up videos, like villains that this character has faced, or all of that type of stuff. So.
Don't Magneto, again, it might sound stupid. Do Magneto and Xavier have a connection?
Yes.
They were
really close.
Okay.
That's why he wears the helmet, so that Xavier.
He knows Xavier well enough. Like, you're gonna read my mind at some point. So like, I'm not gonna let you do that.
The helmet stops.
Xavier. No, I meant like in the sense like
oh no, they were really good friends. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
they were really close.
So, all right. Okay.
I think isn't Magneto the reason Xavier's in the wheelchair? Like, because it was like a bullet, and he was like throwing the bullets, but then one bullet hit Xavier.
In the movies, but not.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking about. Yeah.
It's so many different
variations
of that. So,
but yeah, no, the two are close.
Okay. I just randomly thought about that, but okay.
Anything movie wise we didn't touch on DC or Marvel?
Nah, Fantastic Four.
I'm a little upset. I ain't gonna lie, I'm mad at myself now. Just cause now I'm just thinking about it. Cause like I ain't gonna lie, I wish I was a little more tapped in. Cause I mean I know it's not too late, but it's like, damn.
Disney Plus.
I just like I only watched like I feel like I was just only watching the big name movies and like not really. Yeah, I knew things connected and like I kept like the base of it, but like I wasn't really getting in depth like with the shows and like with other random little movies. Like I don't know. Like I just.
Well, I don't blame you for the shows because I feel like the shows are doing too much. Like I feel like they're oversaturating. Like I feel like there's too many shows to watch.
It's money talk,
right? So I
feel like I even still move forward. Like even though I do want to tap in a little more, I'm still just kind of gonna keep it like to the movie.
Yeah. And it's the only thing that like I really like feel bad about like that like y'all didn't get the experience like not going through it like coming out like movie by movie every year by year is the hype and like the feel you get walking into the theater that day, first day it come out, and then leaving out.
I can see that.
The emotion you felt, especially with because some of these people connect to these characters like on a deeper level. Like that's why
when Infinity War happened and Spider-Man died, there were people crying.
That's why a lot of people
legitimately.
That's why a lot of
bawling
people
tears.
Like love these movies because it's like when you read these comic books as a kid, especially even being like the minority or something like that, and you got comic books that's literally about you, or that you feel like it's about you, and you have a deeper connection, or you can connect like or relate to these characters or what they go through. That's why these people love these movies so much, and like they show it so much attention because it's like a lot of these people actually think like, damn, that gives me hope. Like Superman.
People showed up to what is it? I think Across the Spider-Verse in Spider-Man costume.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like when in Endgame, when Cap picked up Mjolnir, Thor's hammer, everybody gasped.
Yeah, it was like, what the?
They were like, oh my God. You know what I mean?
Started
like,
whooping it.
Like you see the shot of the hammer come up and you think it's Thor, but you see his cap. Everybody's going crazy, right?
Yeah,
so like moments like that are just, really cool, man.
Deadpool costumes at the fucking Deadpool Wolverine.
That was a good movie too. I might rewatch that. But yeah, moving on to our last topic. While we're still on the old arts and culture thing, a lot of music dropped. I think last weekend we got Jack Boys, we got Justin Bieber's Swag album, and then we got the new Clips album. Me personally, I think the best album of that weekend was Justin Bieber. No shade.
Jack Boys is better.
We all have different opinions.
What?
I thought Jack Boys was okay.
What?
Justin Bieber had the best album.
All right.
Clips was cool too, but I'm not the target audience for that.
I didn't even listen to Clips because that's just not me. That's just not me.
I know it's not me either.
That's old head rap.
I had to listen to it, so I had to.
Me too. Just for this, yeah.
It just wasn't. It's just
so all right.
old head music.
Let me get my. Can I just say what I thought about?
Go ahead.
Real quick. One, I didn't listen to the whole thing, and I'll be honest. I'll go back and listen to some songs at some point, but I played that first song. I dead ass thought I was listening to a Michael Jackson song.
That's the vibe,
and I get that. It's just not my vibe.
So okay, so from what you heard, what would you like rate it like out of 10? Like, would you go back and listen to it again? Based on what you heard so far,
I gotta finish.
I gave it a 6.
Yeah, and I felt like I don't want to say that because I gotta finish listening to it.
It's not bad. I just feel like it's not for me.
It's one of them things. I might even throw it a 7 because like it's not a bad album. Like again, everybody loved it. It sounds. I know when things sound good. Again, I can just.
Like,
it's not for me.
When it came like Jack Boys, I ain't gonna lie. This was one of the. So when it come to Travis, like I'm a casual. I've never seen him in concert. Well, I've seen him in concert by accident because I went to the Future concert and he brought him out. But that was my eye opener to actually see the energy that he brings to a crowd, right? But like. When I blew with Jack Boys, I literally didn't skip one song. And this is probably my first time in a while when it came to Travis, since probably Astroworld. Now obviously I get the diehard fans are gonna be like, no, all the tapes are fine, right? But for me personally, since Astroworld, this is the first one where I just didn't skip any songs. Now
you didn't like Utopia?
Huh?
You didn't like Utopia?
That shit was.
It was cool. It had songs, but it's not Jack Boys.
It was okay.
It's not Jack Boys 2. And I thought like. I don't know. The only criticism I have for Jack Boys 2 is like that Vibes Cartel song. I feel like they needed maybe one or two more songs like that to kind of switch up the vibe a little bit because it's kind of all Rager and then like one song.
Yeah.
So like I feel like he could have added a little bit more variety in there, but like I liked them all.
I'm sorry, dog. Like it's literally everything he just said times 10. Like that album was amazing. The only reason I did not put it number 1 is because y'all already know what I got as my number 1 album of the year. I'm sorry.
Is it still Cardi?
Yeah, it's not changing.
I wasn't saying Jack Boy's the album of the year. Bro, I was just saying it's the best out of them three.
Saying that Jack Boy's album of the year, bro.
I thought it was underwheling, bro. Like
it's just
it's a Travis Scott album.
Yo, you got so many vibes from that album. So many feels.
I liked it, but
did you? Yo, literally, the second I heard them Waka ad-libs, I took
thought it
my
was
dreads
cool,
down and
bro,
I was going crazy, bro. I had my dreads. I was Waka. Yo, it was just the vibes and the feels, like, and then like the Shine sample. Come on,
I get it. I mean,
I get when I first heard that on Twitter, I'm mad that they cut out just that part.
Yeah,
because then when I listened to the whole song, I was like, this song tough, bro. First of all, Glorilla was floating on that joint.
What? Perfect person to put on that song. I swear to God, there's no other.
All three of y'all agree that the album was great.
Yeah, what? I liked it more than. I mean, you said the opposite, but I liked it more than Playboys. I liked it more than Cardi.
I'm being biased, of course, but again, like I said, I'm being honest though. Like that, it's a great album. Like I probably.
And then the features on there, there was a variety of everyone. Future, Youngboy, Kodak,
Future and Cardi,
so baby. Florida Boy is probably one of my
Florida Boy is fire.
Yo, I bump that shit every day now. Like yo,
it just I don't know.
And then I'm sorry, the beat drop on Velour with Sheck West and Don Toliver.
That was insane too.
That shit was ridiculous, bro. And that's what's so crazy. Like, obviously, Travis takes the production, all that shit so serious. But it's like, I don't know, yo. Like he said, this just like from a Travis album, like this was actually one of the best sounding albums from in a while. Like,
yeah.
And
there was a few songs that might be a little like overproduced.
Like,
but that's part of the sound. So I'm not gonna take too much away from.
I know a lot of people knock the fact that like for example, I ain't gonna lie, it was one girl talking to at the job, and she was just like, yeah, I don't really like the fact that the whole people doing the radio things with their albums, and I was like, I get it, but like with this was some like. Travis always taps into his Houston roots. This was purely some Houston shit. Like, that's really why I fuck with the Jack Boys radio thing and the whole vibe and like how each song he was talking to Bun B and like Bun B was giving him game about Houston, like Houston shit and going on in the city from all them. Like, bro, that shit added to it. Like, I just felt like that made it so much more harder. Like,
I was surprised to hear Waka on that first song. Like that Waka sample. Yeah, that's crazy.
Bro, like that shit just shocked everybody. Like,
bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I know I'm in the minority here because I thought it was okay and you guys were just like, you guys. I like the few tracks. Like I love Don Toliver. I love the Sheck West. I love the Future Cardi song. There's a song with Baby.
I love ILMB was pretty cool.
The 21 Savage joint.
I love my bitch was tough.
But I don't know, bro. I thought it just sounded like a regular Travis tape. Or not
this
even
was
that.
better than the more recent stuff.
It sounded just like the other Jack Boys tape. You know what I mean? Like
no, this is better than that. That joint had like what Offset and all that.
It was 7 tracks, but this was longer.
Had like 3 for certified bangers. This one is way better.
I get it. No, I get it. I just think that like it just. I felt like it just sounded like a regular Travis tape to me. And I'm not saying it's bad. I just thought it was underwhelming compared to like some of the other things he's done. Like I just thought that he was just dropping this maybe in response to Pusha, like the timing wise, I mean, because like Push dropped that Friday, Travis dropped.
Nah, the features
that
too.
Saturday.
It's too variety of the features for it to be something that he dropped for Pusha.
This ain't just no some right. This wasn't just
Yeah, no, he been playing this.
He's
gotta
been
listen to it
working
again.
on this one for a while.
I got a
Like
question,
I can
though.
tell you.
Y'all gonna listen to Jordan Lucas album?
Am I gonna listen to what?
Jordan Lucas?
No.
I like Jordan Lucas.
He dropped.
Yeah, he dropped.
Hey, real quick, I do want to ask you
Not bad guy. It just no.
what you thought about the Clips tape, because I all three of them dropped. I feel like we do need to at least mention it.
So just real quickly breakdown. Like I listened to the Kendrick song. I didn't listen to the whole Clips tape because I ain't gonna lie. Pusha T flow.
It's not for me either.
It gets repetitive.
Shit was putting me to sleep.
It gets really repetitive, but it's like
Pusha T, bro.
it gets really repetitive, but it's like it's just old head music. Like
The 40 and over crew.
yeah,
Let me just ask, because I know we about to end it, but let me just ask real quick. Like, is it not corny that when at some point what should be keeping you relevant? Should your music not be what keeps you relevant if you are
No, it's the beef.
rappers?
It's the beef that keep him relevant.
That's the
And so is that not corny? Like, come on now. Like, what are we doing? It seems like every time he wants to drop something, he's got to come with a beef or something's got to happen. And there's got to be some type of thing. There's got to be a story behind the music. It can't just be his music is what's keeping us still talking about him. And what kills me, and I was telling DeAndre this when we was running the way over here, I actually fucked with Pusha T. It's just the fact that like now this was like the third time you brought up some old shit to right before your album dropped to try to boost the sales. Like, bro, I fucked with good music, like all that shit. Like even back then, like that, like 2018s and all that. Like, bro, he was not like I fucked with him, but it was just like, all right, now this shit is just corny, bro. Like this shit is just getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, come on now, let your music be what keeps you relevant, bro. Like if you really wanted to, like, yo, honestly, like you're not bad. Like it's just.
No, he's lyrically a genius, but
Yeah, like he's not bad at all, but it's just like I'm sorry, like this shit was just corny, bro. Like,
well, on that, I think that does it for another episode of the Fourth Down podcast. You heard it here first. Pusha T's corny. But
fuck
yeah,
with Malice though, his brother cool guy.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being my friends, guys.
Yes, sir.
See you guys on the next one.
You're
peace.
Why do you?